China's covert capabilities, uncovering Hafnium's silk spun from Hafnium. Warning: China's hidden cyber warfare capabilities exposed. Imagine a world where a single hacking group can change the course of a country's foreign policy, spark a unified response from global superpowers, and remain shrouded in mystery. Welcome to the realm of Hafnium, a Chinese threat actor group that has been leaving a trail of intrigue in its wake. Unraveling the enigma. Hafnium's covert capabilities. Recent research has unearthed a web of patents and technologies linked to companies associated with Hafnium, revealing a more extensive arsenal of offensive capabilities than previously thought. These include encrypted endpoint data acquisition, the ability to extract sensitive information from secure devices; mobile forensics, tools to analyze and exploit mobile devices; network device traffic collection, capabilities to intercept and collect data from network devices. The Hafnium conundrum, separating fact from fiction. In March 2021, Hafnium's exploitation of Microsoft Exchange Server (MES) vulnerabilities sparked a global outcry, with many mistakenly attributing the subsequent wave of attacks to the group. However, our investigation reveals that Hafnium's initial campaign was swiftly followed by a plethora of other threat actors, capitalizing on the vulnerability. The unseen hand. China's contracting ecosystem. Delving deeper, we find a complex network of relationships between indicted hackers, companies, and government entities. The Department of Justice's DOJ indictment of Zewei and Zhang sheds light on the Shanghai State Security Bureau's SSSB directing role in the hackers' activities. Hafnium's evolution, from obscurity to notoriety. Early beginnings. Zhang Yu's involvement with Shanghai Whaling Information Science and Technology Co., a company focused on connecting college students with local events. The rise of Shanghai Firetech. Zhang Yu's subsequent founding of Shanghai Firetech, which would become a key player in the Hafnium cluster. Patented capabilities. Shanghai Firetech's extensive portfolio of patents, including tools for plus remote automated evidence collection, plus Apple Computer comprehensive evidence collection, plus router intelligent evidence collection, plus computer scene rapid evidence collection, plus defensive equipment reverse production. The bigger picture. Attribution challenges and unanswered questions. Threat actor designations. Current naming conventions track behavior, not organizations. Successful attribution requires resolving campaigns to actual operators. Shanghai Firetech's untold story. The company's capabilities may have been sold to other regional MSS offices, remaining unattributed to Hafnium. Oh, the FBI's balancing act. The indictment's selective disclosure of information may indicate a careful balancing of equities, retaining intelligence on the company's other campaigns and tooling. Now it's your turn. Share your thoughts. Do you think the international community is adequately equipped to counter the evolving threat landscape posed by groups like Hafnium? How can we improve attribution methods to keep pace with the increasingly complex web of threat actors and their affiliates? Share your insights and join the conversation in the comments below. Exposing China's cyber warfare. Silk Typhoon's hidden capabilities revealed. China's cyber warfare arsenal is growing more sophisticated by the day, and the latest revelations about a Shanghai-based company's patents are sending shockwaves through the cybersecurity community. But here's where it gets controversial. These patents, filed by a company allegedly tied to Beijing's state security apparatus, suggest offensive capabilities that go far beyond what we've seen from groups like Hafnium or Silk Typhoon. And this is the part most people miss. These aren't just theoretical tools. They're backed by intellectual property filings that hint at real-world applications in espionage and surveillance. Sentinel-1 researchers, after dissecting recent U.S. Department of Justice indictments, have uncovered a web of private Chinese firms working hand-in-glove with government agencies to conduct cyber attacks. The star of this report is Shanghai Firetech. a company the DOJ claims operates under the Shanghai State Security Bureau. This firm, already linked to the notorious Silk Typhoon campaign and the 2021 Hafnium attacks, has now filed over 10 patents for cutting-edge hacking technologies. One patent for an intelligent home appliances analysis platform raises eyebrows. Imagine a system that can remotely monitor smart devices in a target's home. Thermostats, lights, even refrigerators to gather intelligence. Another patent for long-range household computer network intelligentized control software suggests the ability to manipulate home networks from afar. And let's not forget the intelligent home appliances evidence collection software, which could be used to extract data from devices in a target's residence. These tools aren't just for show. Dakota Carey of Sentinel Labs points out that similar technologies are known to be used by agencies like the CIA, blurring the line between state and corporate espionage. The researchers were particularly intrigued by a patent targeting Apple devices, which allows for remote file recovery, a capability never before documented in Hafnium-related attacks. This raises a provocative question. Are these tools being sold to other regional security offices, making attribution nearly impossible? The DOJ's recent indictments of hackers Zewei and Zhang, accused of stealing data from institutions researching COVID-19 vaccines, add another layer to this puzzle. Emails obtained by the DOJ show Xu directly communicating with the Shanghai Security Bureau about accessing researchers' emails. But here's the twist. The report highlights how China's strategy of distancing itself from high-profile hacking campaigns complicates efforts to trace attacks to their source. With Shanghai Firetech's toolset exceeding what's publicly attributed to Hafnium or Silk Typhoon, experts warn that the true scale of China's cyber capabilities may be far greater than we realize. And this is the part that sparks debate. Could these patents be a smokescreen, designed to mislead rather than reveal? Or are they a genuine glimpse into the future of state-sponsored hacking? As the DOJ's indictments make clear, the line between corporate innovation and state-sponsored cyber warfare is vanishingly thin. What do you think? Are these tools just for show, or are they already being deployed in real-world operations? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Unmasking Silk Typhoon, China's powerful cyber threat exposed. Unveiling the Silk Typhoon, a deep dive into China's cyber offensive tools. The world of cybersecurity is fraught with hidden dangers, and the Silk Typhoon threat group is a prime example of this reality. Recent revelations about this China-backed group's operations against the US government and other entities have uncovered a sophisticated arsenal of offensive tools and a web of connections linking the attackers to the companies they represent and the Chinese government itself. In a recent analysis by Sentinel Labs, an indictment released by the Department of Justice, DOJ, has shed light on the activities of two hackers, Zewei and Zhang. This indictment outlines their affiliations with two firms that operate under the auspices of China's Ministry of State Security, MSS. The report published today highlights how these individuals are believed to be part of Silk Typhoon, also known as Hafnium, a notorious Chinese cyber threat actor. The findings illustrate the significant role that China's contracting ecosystem plays in shaping the current threat landscape. Researchers have identified over 10 patents related to highly intrusive forensics and data collection technologies that were registered by companies like Shanghai Firetech, Information Science and Technology Company. These firms, previously unrecognized as contributors to Silk Typhoon's toolkit, have developed technologies that provide unreported offensive capabilities, including the ability to acquire encrypted endpoint data and conduct mobile forensics, as well as gather data from network devices. A shift in perspective on threat attribution. But here's where it gets controversial. Traditional methods of threat attribution often overlook the companies behind the hackers. Dakota Carey, a consultant focused on China at Sentinel-1 and a non-resident fellow at the Atlantic Council's Global China Hub, emphasizes that understanding the companies employing these hackers is crucial for effective investigation. The indictment reveals that the hackers were part of a hierarchy of Chinese contractors engaged in offensive hacking on behalf of the People's Republic of China, PRC. Carey points out that the capabilities of companies like Shanghai Firetech differ significantly from the tactics, techniques, and procedures, TTPs, associated with Hafnium. This discrepancy highlights the complexity of mapping intrusion activities back to specific organizations, especially in the context of China. This knowledge can illuminate how these capabilities support the objectives of state entities that contract with these firms. The intricate web of China's cyber ecosystem, Silk Typhoon, also referred to as Hafnium, has been a focal point of cybersecurity research for years. This group has been linked to significant breaches, including a recent incident involving the U.S. Treasury Department, and has targeted a wide array of sectors such as defense, healthcare, non-governmental organizations, higher education, law firms, and think tanks. In 2021, Silk Typhoon gained notoriety for exploiting 4 zero-day vulnerabilities in Microsoft Exchange Server, one of which is now infamously known as proxy logon, to compromise email servers in targeted attacks. The indictment further reveals that the structure of China's contracting ecosystem compels numerous companies and individuals to collaborate on cyber intrusions, suggesting that many advanced persistent threats, APTs, like Silk Typhoon, may involve multiple companies with diverse clients. Carey notes that China's varied private sector offensive ecosystem supports a broad range of intrusion capabilities, making it challenging to accurately map observed tools back to a single organization. Understanding the hierarchy of offensive hacking in China. The DOJ indictment outlines a hierarchy of offensive hacking organizations in China, with Zewei and Yu operating under the direction of the Shanghai State Security Bureau, SSSB, while also being employed by other companies. Zewei was associated with Shanghai PowerRock Network Company, while Yu worked for Shanghai Firetech, which was tasked with specific assignments from MSS officers. Additionally, there are lower-tier companies like iSoon, whose employees often face low morale and inadequate pay, frequently subcontracting to larger firms. However, these workers can advance their careers by moving to a direct competitor, Chengdu 404, which has a more stable business model and was once recognized as China's most prolific APT. Rethinking threat intelligence strategies. This brings us to a critical point. Researchers must rethink their approach to threat intelligence. Instead of merely tracking clusters of behavior back to APTs or other groups, it is essential to delve deeper into the organizations employing individual members of these groups and their specific capabilities. By doing so, researchers may uncover previously hidden connections between various threat groups and actors that are linked through the offensive tools provided by these organizations. This deeper understanding could lead to more effective threat hunting outcomes. Carey advises that threat intelligence analysts should be cautious about relying solely on tool usage as an indicator of relationships between attackers or their APTs. The research indicates that companies supporting intrusions may also provide their tools to other actors within the ecosystem, which can result in incomplete or misleading attribution. About the author. Elizabeth Montalbano is a seasoned freelance writer, journalist, and therapeutic writing mentor with over 25 years of professional experience. Her expertise spans technology, business, and culture. Elizabeth has previously worked as a full-time journalist in cities like Phoenix, San Francisco, and New York City, and she currently resides in a picturesque village on the southwest coast of Portugal. In her leisure time, she enjoys surfing, hiking with her dogs, traveling, playing music, practicing yoga, and cooking.